go. Hello, friends. Hello. Welcome to another week. Welcome to another episode of Full Force Radio. So, I have to know, before we get too far started, how bad is that ceiling fan? On a scale of 1 to 10, can you handle it? Can you handle it? So, if you're watching or listening, Ron's wearing his fuck pants. Hey, Philodendron. Bonjour, mes amis. Lots of people jumping in. Happy to see you guys. Hi. Some people are hanging out on the Vim stream. I have all of the streams fired up and going right now. So that's good. You don't hear it. Excellent. Because otherwise I'm going to catch on fire and die. And I'm sure you would be very sad if that was a thing that could happen. All right, so hey, it's Full Force Radio. My name is Crimson Clad, and on Thursday nights, Friday mornings, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are, I play heavy metal. We talk about random shit that's going on in the world, and overall, we just have a good time. We play some fucking loud music. So, I'm stoked to be here. Ceiling fan is fine. Ceiling fan is fine. Do you not have central AC? Hi. I've missed you guys too. Ceiling fan is fine. Do you not have central AC? Let me share with you something that happens here in Canada. I don't have central AC because I've never needed it in my life. I occasionally, oh, Eileen, yes, Eileen, you're right. It did used to be earlier. So we have to talk about this in the future because we have a pretty good, we have a good schedule now. But one of the things that we do is we keep streams here for MSP Wave. We keep them on UTC. And so what that means is that when the time changes, so does our show. I mean, fuck, daylight savings time may as well just be dumpster fire savings time. Let's be realistic. But the only thing that I could say is I was not prepared. I was not prepared for tonight at all. I've totally destroyed my overlay. I wrecked chat, but I do have a fancy new countdown screen. I don't know if you guys saw that. Let me just flip back. Look. Oh, shit. So I spent all my time on the countdown screen, and I blew it. Friends, I fucking blew it. So, yeah, it is what it is. And we're working on it. We're doing the thing. We're improving a little every day. I can see that I'm a little bit squished today, I feel like, maybe. Oh no, my face is still round. So, anyways. We're gonna sort it out as it goes. Hey, Crocodile! Sorry you're late. You're 2 minutes late. That's not even late. There are people who roll up 5 minutes before the end of the show, and they're like, oh, I can't believe you played all the music. And yeah, Gabriel saying, yeah, this is heaps laggy chat. I know, you are witty, you're delightful, you're wonderful. And wherever you may be listening to, because I see there are people all over the place. We got some people listening on Twitch. We got some people listening on Periscope. We got some people listening on YouTube. We got some people on Discord. We got some people on mspwaves.com. You're joining me, and that is enough. I'm just basking. I'm basking in the eunice of it all. So listen, I'm here. We're doing the thing. I got lots of fun music for you. We had a lot of fun last week. And so tonight I'm just living the life. I thought about doing a themed show tonight. I really did. I had this really sort of great plan for a themed show, and then I just didn't. So tonight we got lots of fun stuff. I cheated. I've got my Demons and Wizards shirt on. I am going to be playing some Blind Guardian. I'm not going to be playing Demons and Wizards. But I've got lots of fun shit for you. So yeah, Ron does want to change the way that I'm streaming around. And we could video stream on Discord. But honestly, it's it's a lot of work. Oh, you're talking about the video stream in the chat. Yeah, we could do that too. But honestly, look at all these things that you have. Discord sounds like shit. So if you're listening in Discord, there are some bonuses. You'll show up down here on the stream as a featured listener. If you want your avatar to show, then you will. But right now I haven't worked with all the API and all the other stuff to make this a really cool, interesting stream. So forgiveness, please. and just forget that I'm fucking terrible. And instead, let me put some fun stuff in your ears. Now, Crocodile's asking, is my week better than last week? So if you were here last week, you were here for the fact that the entire show was talking about the fact that I was betrayed. I was horribly betrayed. And a lot of the show just kept coming back to that because I was just, it was a week. It was a whole fucking week. And yeah, this week has been a bit better. There's so much going on. Crocodile's like, type in Discord, watch in Twitch. He's living in 3020. Yeah, you are. You're way ahead. And also YouTube. YouTube is probably very fast. So here's the deal. I use a service that does automagic stuff, fun automagic stuff. And it goes a little bit everywhere. And when it does that, depending on where the servers are located, right? Depending on where the servers are located, you will see lag or not. So, you know, you just pick the one you like, find somewhere that's delicious, and join in. And wherever you chat will be piped straight into here too. If you want to chat on Vim, if you want to chat on Discord, if you want to chat on YouTube, if you want to chat on Twitch, if you want to chat wherever, it's going to show up right here. I'm going to see you. I'm going to know. I'm going to feel you. So Gabriel's asking, did your computer get bricked? Yeah, okay. So many of you are not computery nerdy people, so I won't get too into the details. But my work PC is a beast. Marky's asking, how do I turn off the voice to skull? You can't. I'm in your head. You can't. I'm right here. But it does seem like maybe text-to-speech is turned on for the broadcast channel, which would be very sad. And I hope that's not a thing that's happening at the moment. But listen, so yeah, my work PC. I work in-house for an educational company. I write, I program, I do web design, I do web development, and I do like photos and photo editing and video editing. And so that's great. Go team. And so I have like a fucking beast of a computer at work. And for whatever reason this week, my SSD just died. Now, this isn't normal SSD. The whole point of having a hard drive that's an SSD is so that it doesn't die. And it's only like a year and a bit old. So this was a very unfortunate start to my week. And of course it fucking happened on a Monday. I don't know about you guys, but Mondays, you know, we always make that joke. What is it? What's the Office Space one? Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. Yeah, I did. I really fucking did. The Mondays were bullshit. And my SSD died. It totally bricked everything. And it is, Marky, it is. It's actually an M.2 NVMe. And so that was really upsetting. And I'm really good with redundancies, at least. So fingers fucking crossed on that one. But I'm really good with redundancies. So one of the only things that I lost was my scratch discs for some video work. Everything else was backed up on the server at work. But what it meant is that I had to have a new one overnighted. It kind of showed up like first thing. Yes, anybody in the chat has to pee. You absolutely need to announce it to everyone. We need to know that you need to pee. And I'm not teasing you, I'm being serious. Yeah, exactly. Didn't you hear about that TPS report? Exactly. I swear to God. And so, so Solos had 3 fail on him. Mine was a fucking, mine was a motherboard connected Samsung, brand new, beautiful, like NVMe. And for whatever reason, it just decided to shit the bed. So that was this week's thing. By Wednesday morning, I had the overnighted one in my hands. I'm at work, and God bless everybody at my work. They're not very technical people. So often, like, I'll do things like take the side off my case, and people will be like, oh my God, like totally into it because they think that's really impressive. And it's like, no, that's not. But so yeah, the too much porn on the drive, maybe, except I work in a children's educational environment. So no. But long story short is I had to, look, it's David. Are you actually listening, David? Or you just come here to call me crimp pie and make me sad? Because it works. But in any case, so long story short is I had to rebuild an entire PC yesterday? What day is it today? Is today Thursday? Yeah. So I'm back on track. My work is mostly under control. But I'm a flawed human being that has not worked on most of the things that I need to. I'm really behind. Everything's a disaster, so forth, so on, etc., etc., etc. So if you guys are cool, I'm going to play some music tonight. Now, what's on the docket for tonight? I have got a very... You're a nerd. Hi! Hey, Tori! It should be streaming on Twitter. I mean, Periscope should be doing the thing. I'm pretty sure it's doing the thing. Isn't it? I don't know. Listen, you just pick a streaming platform and figure it out. So, yeah, that was my week. I had to rebuild the PC. And, of course, my graphics PC at work is dumb. I have a full-length card that basically... This is so dumb. Nobody gives a shit about this. This is a heavy metal show. But long story short, the hard drive is mounted to the motherboard and the graphics card goes directly over it and it's full width. So I had to take out, and then there's this weird plastic cladding on it. I feel like this is like a car thing that is moved to computers where now you put everything under a cladding, like a plastic extra piece to make it look organized. And I'm like, that's fucking bullshit. So to pull that out, and then I had to actually pull out... Marky, I know. I'll shut up. I had to pull everything out, put it all over my desk. All my coworkers are like, oh my god, there's computer parts. And that was my whole week. And now I'm just... Now I have to change all my settings again. Cortana's back, OneDrive, all this shit that comes with Windows. Oh my god, there's so much shit with Windows. My lord. Anyways, nobody gives a shit about this. You're here for heavy metal. You're watching wherever you may be watching. And I have lots of stuff to show you tonight. I have so many things to show you. So we're going to have a little bit of fun. I have some new music, and some of the new music I have for you guys tonight. I could be cool again. Perfect. I'm just done finishing talking about my computer at work. So your timing was impeccable. So tonight, I'm going to play some new music for you, and I feel like it's going to trigger the fuck out of some of you guys. Hey, Jason's joined us as well. Hi, 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 hi. And depending on where you're watching, I can't see you join the chat. So when you enter the fight, please say hello, because then I can't. And yeah, the problem is I work in a corporate environment, and unfortunately the whole sort of corporate environment is set up that it does work on a lot of Windows bullshit, so I can't even just nuke everything. It's very sad. It's soul crushing. Oh, look, it's Angelica. Angelica is just delightful, and one of these days I swear I'm going to make it into the karaoke because I haven't been in there in ages, and they're fun. They're fucking fun. Go look up Angelica. Hey, Alpha Chino, sending you some love. I hope you're doing okay. I hope everybody's doing okay. It's been a fucked up week. So, of course, Mackenzie Gary is here. Hello. Blessed be your lettuce. But all the fucking nerds are giving me advice. It's my work PC. There's only so much I can do with it. Everything else is handled by a company that does all of our software deployment and whatnot. I'm just a monkey that takes cases and makes myself look really cool by installing little things in them. So, listen. Listen. Let me play you some fucking music tonight. So I got all sorts of fun things. I have all sorts of fun things to play you, but there are two songs. There are two songs that trend a little bit towards metalcore tonight. And these are not... Oh, see, Corbin doesn't know yet. Corbin's not a member of the cult, so he's jumping right in with the lettuce, sort of. Lettuce, be your lesson. But I mean, that's good enough. You're in the cult, one of us. So... And yeah, I agree. Gabriel, I'm also a slug on a razor blade. I'm just a slug all the time. Slightly slimy, very chubby. I like salt, though. So, yeah, if you want to check out other shows, then of course remember there's the mspwaves.com schedule. You can find out about Orlev and all our other DJs. Now, for anybody who's trying to, figure out what this stream is about and are desperately waiting for some heavy metal, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to play you some shit. But I just want you to know, we've got some brand new stuff. We've got some old stuff, and I have two tracks. I'm going to try and squish them in the middle of the show because they're brand new, and they're kind of what I would consider metalcore. Now, metalcore is not something that is normally up my alley. Metalcore tends to be heavy metal paired with stuff like hardcore punk or yeah, mostly punk, and it's been evolving over the last little bit. Where's the metal and booze? All of it is coming. If you don't want to be here and you don't want to listen to my chat and you don't want to be a part of the cult, then just go. It's fine. I won't cry about it on air for like 3 hours. It's cool. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But so I get the feeling you guys are going to lose your shit. Oh, Ron's going to nail me tonight. Oh, man. If you are in Discord and you chat and you level up, I must drink. I must. So I get the feeling during the first song, I'm going to have to run downstairs and get a bottle of bourbon because Ron's going to tag me for sure. So here's the deal. This, I'm going to play this song a little later on, and I'm going to get your guys' opinion on it because I don't often play stuff like this, and when I do, it makes everybody freak out. But it's quasi part of the metal scene. It's sort of what's going on, so we're gonna do it, and we're just gonna see how it works out. And you guys are gonna give feedback, and everybody will scream and be miserable, and we'll just see how bad the show goes with this. So I was thinking about starting us off, and there's so many things that I want to kind of lead us off with. But I think I'm going to start with a band called Junius. Now, I've played these guys for you guys many, many times. They're out of Boston, and they formed in the early 2000s, and they do some really incredible, weird, interesting, progressive kind of metal. And so for a lot of you guys who've never come to the show before, this is going to be like, huh, huh, huh. You'll allow it. All right, so we'll see, but there definitely won't be any dick cheese. My name is Crimson Clad. This is Full Force Radio. We're just getting warmed up. People are just wandering around, figuring out what they want to do. Watching wherever they're going to watch. Say hi, wherever you might be. But so I'm going to play you this Junius track, and we'll see. I'm pretty sure some of the people who just came in to like pretend they want to hang out for my radio show are immediately going to leave again. But I've got some great stuff up tonight. Like I said, no Demons and Wizards, but I do have some Blind Guardian. I've got some great stuff, classic trivia, Metallica. I got some new stuff that I'm not going to spoil for you. And yeah, I got a lot of new releases. I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a loud one. It's going to be a little harder for some of it. And we'll just see who survives till the end. This is 100% now a battle royale, friends. 100%. Whoever makes it to the end will get glory and honor and possibly some hive and definitely some mad props. This track's by Junius. It's a track called Battle in the Sky. We're going to lead off with this tonight, a little bit of cool, weird prog, and lots of things to come. I have questions. I have questions about music that will trigger you, and I have questions about what you call certain food. It's very important. I need to know. I'm Canadian, and apparently not everybody calls things the same thing. It's very strange. It's very full force. there you go. Getting us started with a track by Junius. Let me flip back here. All right, so, hey, hi. I've just been informed that Periscope chat doesn't see us, and that's because I suck. Event not started. Well, that's a lie, because it is started. I don't understand. Isn't it? I see it. I see it here. It says stop the broadcast, start the broadcast. I don't know what to tell you guys. I do have a bot that is apparently not working. I'm sorry. I'm a loser, friends. It says it's here. It's just bitching at me. So maybe during the next break, I will work on trying to get the Periscope piped in. Because I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be comfortable while you're here with me. And let's face it, one of my great talents is making people immensely uncomfortable. So it's going for sure the chat's just not piped in. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. So I'll figure it out because I would like you to be able to chat. But yeah, Restream is connected. It just says the event isn't started. But that's such a lie. You're a liar. Stop lying. So what was I talking about earlier? There's this thing, and FullForce Radio has forced me to start tweeting. And so I'm working on the Twitter thing. I suck at it. I'm not good at it at all, even a little bit. But I do it for you. And so the deal is, here's the fucking bullshit on Twitter. And I see today that freezies are trending. And I need to know, what do you call a fucking freezie? Because apparently people in the world don't call these things freezie. They're a plastic tube, you cut off the top, you eat the fucking ice inside. What do you call that? I need to know. Please, humor me. You used to go to the fucking corner store, you used to buy one, it would cost you like 25 cents. You cut the top off, the pieces of plastic would slit your fucking mouth open like the Joker. Please tell me you guys know what I'm talking about. Frozen treats, they're freezies here in Canada. Well, people are getting up popsicle, unravel me, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's a triangle of frozen water and food coloring. A Mr. Freeze, a Freezy, a Mr. Freeze, Freeze Pops, Popsicle. What is going on? People from the US, you need to get your shit together. It is not a popsicle. Okay, so what did you call? Oh my God. I feel like this is the Mandela effect. I feel like I'm going to lose my fucking shit. People from the US, what is wrong with you? Yeah, it's a freezy. God damn you, it's a freezy. So, okay, those of you that are calling it a popsicle, what the hell do you call, like, I don't even know what another word for it, a popsicle. Fruit juice frozen on a stick. What do you call that? That's a popsicle. Ah! I'm having a meltdown. This is like the most heavy metal thing ever, is if we get in a fist fight over freezies. I can see why this is trending on Twitter. What is happening? Where do we start with what's wrong with us? Yes, those. Exactly. Mackenzie Gary, those are freezies. That is not a popsicle. What is... Yes, exactly. Crocodile Crew totally understands where I'm at right now with the, you want to know how I got these scars? Yes, absolutely. That was a rite of passage as a kid. It was a rite of passage as a kid. Is you'd go, you'd buy one of those, the guy at the corner store would cut the top off for you, you'd take it outside, and you'd immediately regret every decision you ever made. But you ate them because you had to fucking... Road to nowhere. It's really good to see you, man. Hey. Your guy cut off the top for me? Yeah. Yeah, you're saying your corner store guy, your bodega guy didn't cut off the top? He just left you to suffer? For shame, man. Okay, they're not all popsicles. What did you call the thing on a stick? Somebody help me out. I see so many people. So many people are typing right now. This is like a thing. This is right up there with pineapple on pizza. I had no idea. Everybody's losing their fucking shit. Tell me what a freezy is. And Marky says they're good for throwing at people. I mean, I would just eat it. And Arctic Gypsy, I agree. I did like the white ones, but we can't say that anymore because then we're going to get canceled. Somebody's going to come in right at that part of the stream where I say, yes, the white ones are my favorite, and I would always make sure to pick the white ones. And that's it. Canceled. Thing on a stick is also a popsicle. No, it is a popsicle. It's not also a popsicle. It's the popsicle. It's the popsicle. Those are the Aussie version. Oh, wow, you weren't kidding. They are triangles. Okay, so if you're watching somewhere else in the chat and you're wondering, I'm pretty sure this broad said she was going to talk about heavy metal and I'm going to listen to some loud music. What is this? Australia has them in fucking triangles. Also, apparently there's a picture of me holding a dick and a beer on a pillow. Aww, delightful. Delightful. You cuddle up to me, my giant Thai wooden dildo. Yeah, cancel culture is a thing. And you know, there are a lot of reasons to legitimately get canceled. And then there are a lot of reasons that you should never be canceled. And navigating that right now is so difficult that I'm not even going to try. I know straight up I'm going to offend some of you, but if nothing else, please know that I offend with love in my heart. It's the best I got. I'm not attempting to do it on purpose, and I'm doing it with love in my heart. Now, the rest of you in the fucking chat, yeah, slushies. Slushies are what you get at 7-Eleven. Slurpees, slushies. It's the same kind of thing. Slush puppy, slushy, slurpee, that. No? Oh my gosh, I've touched off a whole topic here, and I need to know. I'm feeling a little triggered right now. I'm not gonna lie. I thought we didn't even get to the song. I didn't even get to the point where I was going to get you guys to vote on the song that was playing, and we were already triggered. Now, a lot of people jumped in and then jumped out again, so I'm hoping that you jump to one of the other streams where it looks and sounds a lot better. A lot better. A slushy equals a freezy around these parts. Ah! None of this makes sense. Gabriel says if we're gonna get canceled, nah, you put that Aussie triangle freezy right up your uptight arse to chill out. That's not what you should be doing with your ice desserts. But you know, we don't judge here. Hey, Mariano, we don't judge here. So, you know, you just take care of what you need to take care of and enjoy your summer, friends. We don't judge a lot most of the time. Sort of. I'm judging a little bit. I'm judging a little bit. Okay, so I mean, I'm glad I asked this, but I'm also really angry that I asked this, and I'm very disappointed in some of you and your word choices and your choices for the world. I'm questioning everything I thought I knew about all of you, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll figure it out as we go. Now, Gabriel says it's winter there. How winter is it for you? You can for all these people in the southern hemisphere who are in winter. What's winter to you? Because I refuse to believe that some of you, for your winters, can't still eat a freezy, or a slushy, or an ice pop, or a cold triangle, or whatever. But let me find some more music, because there's a lot of great stuff on the docket tonight. And I'm having kind of a very nostalgic night. So I found this one track that I have to play for you guys because I can't tell if it's serious or not. And I mean, I know it isn't. But one of the things that I've discovered now in general for just becoming like fancy pants on the internet. Foggy and 10 degrees. Okay. Oh my gosh, Mariano, that's pretty accurate. I am at least that triggered and possibly more triggered. Play Iced Earth. I'm not going to be playing Iced Earth tonight. I know I've got this on, the Demons and Wizards. I'm going to be playing the other half of Demons and Wizard. I'm going to be playing Blind Guardian. So, yes. And Arctic Gypsy says, freezies sell like hotcakes in Nunavut winters. So there you go. All right? It just... Winter is a state of mind. And here on FullForce Radio, it's always hot. It's always hot. So, okay, we asked that question, and I have music that's going to trigger us. I was thinking I was going to save it to the middle of the show. I still will. It's brand new. But I need to ask you guys' opinion. How do you feel about really self-aware memery. Because this is how the internet communicates now. I don't know if you guys noticed this or not. I'm sure you did. We just communicate in memes. That's it. And if you want to become famous, if you want to get eyes on you, if you want to be entertaining, you gotta meme it up. Yeah, exactly. Just like our good friend Chad there. So you have to meme things. You have to be like somewhere between woke and like very I don't even know what the right term would be. Very in your face about how little you fucking care. And I've noticed this. You get a lot of brands. People love brands that are roasting each other, or they love, like, literally, I can't even. Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of trends out there where it is basically, if you want to get popular, you learn the internet lingo and you start memeing it. And we're starting to see brands do this. And one thing that I didn't expect, that I should have expected, is we're starting to see bands do this. Bands kind of jump on the bandwagon. I don't know another term. But bands kind of just jump on. Yes, Marky. We actually had an entire night where we worked with one of those generators, and we created all sorts of fun personal tapestries. I'm sorry, I'm adjusting the ladies here right on camera. See, I forget that I'm on camera, and then I do embarrassing things like that. But I bring this up for a reason. Because I've noticed that bands are starting to do this. Yes, the internet is developing its own language. This is some Marshall McLuhan kind of bullshit where the medium is the message. But bands are starting to do this, and it's a fascinating thing because people either are really here for it, and it's up to the line, and then there's this, like, I'm not sure, this one tiptoe across the line, and that's it. That band is over. They're a sellout. They're the worst. We hate them, blah, blah, blah. And so I find it really interesting where I see bands take a chance, make a cheesy cover, or do something that's really memey, or release, like, a big popular thing in the metal scene now is ugly Christmas sweaters. Every year bands release their own ugly Christmas sweaters because ugly Christmas sweaters are a meme. They've become the fabulous thing on the internet. It's Christmas time, you gotta have an ugly sweater. And it's this fascinating progression. And so the track I'm going to play a little bit later on tonight falls into that category because it mashes together a lot of stuff that is internet famous. And it's just to try and like cash in. And that's fair. You want to see bands you like do well. But is there a line? Can you guys help me identify that line? What is that line? I don't know, because here's Gabriel. Gabriel's saying so many bands have done quarantine sessions, EPs, and songs about lockdown. Yeah, and I actually have one. There, see? There's the fucking crypto ugly Christmas sweater. And, like, don't get me wrong. I have an ugly Christmas sweater, but I just think it's fascinating. How did we get here? How did this just become a thing that we know we all had to have? I don't know. And why is it that when somebody, like, really gets on it, we immediately tell them they're horrible and, ignore them and or end their careers? I've never understood it. But I digress. So there's lots of things trending on Twitter today. I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll go through all the trending. Oh, I'll check it all out. Let me see. And it's funny you mentioned that, Mr. Meeseeks, because I've got the new Lamb of God track on tonight's playlist. So yes, I was absolutely going to say there are 2 songs on the playlist tonight that came out during quarantine that were kind of a part of this last half a year. It's crazy that it's been going this long, but it basically has been. I've got some Lamb of God, and I've also got a surprise drop from a band called Bring Me the Horizon. Now, I've played some Bring Me the Horizon for you guys before, and it's one of those things where some of you really love it and some of you really hate it, because Bring Me the Horizon is that trending towards kind of like pop metalcore again, like we were saying. But they have a song called Throne that I play for you guys pretty often because it totally throws down, and it also has a really sort of empowering, positive message. So when you're having a shit day, hey Marco, when you're having a shit day, that song, you can't break me, you can just bring me my motherfucking throne. That's a great message, and sometimes you need that pump up. So I have another Bring Me the Horizon song tonight, and they did drop it in quarantine. It is about quarantine. And it's in the playlist tonight. And I think it's going to kind of ease our way into the second track, which is the one that I'm kind of talking about now. But, I mean, there's plenty of things. I'm still, like, completely triggered about freezies. I never thought this was going to be how tonight was going to go, but here we are. I have so many words. So many words! And yet none. And yet none. So, let's do some more music. I did say I was going to play some Blind Guardian. It might be a little bit early, but I do want to do that tonight. I'm going to move it down the list a little bit because it is a full orchestral ensemble. I'm going to play something off an album called At the Edge of Time. So I have a ton of stuff that I want to play for you, and I'm trying to decide what order to do it in because people tend to show up like 20, 30, 40 minutes into the show. So right about now. And if I'm gonna lose someone, now's the time that I lose them. So I always try and keep the really engaging, interactive stuff for later in the show. Now I have to ask you guys, the stream analytics do seem to support only doing a 2-hour stream. What do you think? Would that be too weird? I want your opinion on that. Please do tell me. But otherwise, let me get some music. I'm going to play something a little bit older, and I'm going to play something, it came up because of, it came up because of a list of some of the influential sort of like 80s hair metal bands. And it's a band that I love a lot. And it's funny because I always just get ripped for loving glam and power metal. But I do. They're part of the journey that got me here. Do whatever makes me happy. Oh, Sun Ra Me, you're a breath of fresh air. I'm so glad you're here. You're a delight. One of these days, I'm going to break out of quarantine and I'm going to come hug you. And that goes for all of you, frankly. It's going to happen. I'm going to do it. And so there's another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. We'll get to it into the next break, but that is next year, Tuska Festival in Finland. That's happening. It's happening. Completely happening. A pilgrimage next year. So we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit about shows, and I'm going to save some of the show talk till after this next track, but I'm going to play you guys, something a little bit older and a little bit cheesier, but it's a band that I fucking love, and some of you may remember them from the first time around. Some of you maybe don't have them on your radar, but they're a band called Rat with 2 T's. Oh my goodness. They started before I was born, 83? I don't know. I should know, but I don't. But roughly around when I was born, Rat put out some of their most favorite albums. And there's a track called Round and Round that I fucking love. And there's quite a few. Hey, Freeborn Angel. Good to see you, man. So there is, they've got a lot of songs that I love. But there's something to be said for a good Rat track. That's like 80s. Yeah, it is. It is the 80s. And Jesse's here. Hey, Jesse. Good to see you, man. This is so exciting. Everybody's starting to wander in. What did I tell you? Oh, my God. There's like 27 million bikers going by. I hope you didn't hear that. What did I tell you? 40 minutes into the show, everybody starts showing up. Coincidence? Maybe? But yeah, you vaguely remember the covers. Yes, there's some classics, kind of sexy naked ladies and whatever. Yes, just give it time. Yes, exactly. Mr. Meeseeks knows exactly. But I'm not going to play Round and Round because I have played it on this show pretty frequently. I'm going to play you a track called Slip of the Lip. And this is off an album called Dancing Undercover. Slip, slip, slip of the lip. Yeah, I'm going to put this on for you guys. This is some, like, truly classic, enjoyable 80s bullshit. And then we're gonna move into some of the more ridiculous shit that I got on the playlist tonight. And we'll slowly trend a little harder and a little harder and a little harder as we descend into madness. But we're all over the place tonight. We got new stuff, we got old stuff, and we're talking about freezies. We're talking about those demon ice desserts that cut your fucking face open. Now, I know Ron's going to level up, so I'm going to put this track on. I'm going to run downstairs and I'm going to get a bottle of bourbon, and I will be right back. My name is Crimson Cloud. This is Full Force Radio. Honestly, we talk shit. We have some fun conversations. We play a lot of loud music, and I swear I do actually play music on this show. I play Slip of the Lip by Rat. Here you go, a quick track. You're listening to Full Force Radio on MSV Waves. Yes! This cover is amazing. Look at it! classic rock and roll ending. It's a gooder, man. It's a gooder. All right, so I was trying to fix my webcam, and I think I broke it more. But it's fine. It is what it is. Like, let's just accept it. Let's embrace it. Every webcam matters. So, hey, welcome to the show. I am... Oh, the guitarist for Rat just passed away. That's sad. So there you go. A little bit of a tribute. And I am the no pants. I am wearing pants. I know. It's just, I have not yet figured out how to do this show without accidentally flashing my hoo-ha to the world. And that is not on my to-do list. I'm sorry. Some of you guys may follow me on Twitter. I got an unsolicited DM earlier this week. I leave my DMs open on Twitter, which I'm never sure if that's a good idea or not. In general, it seems to be fine. I'm not of the type to get like tons of dicks or in general most attention. So it works out well for me. It's okay. But I did get this like single message, and the person was just like, resist thoughtdom. And I was like, oh, is this a warning? Is this a problem? Is this good? Is this bad? I don't know. And that was it. They don't follow me. They've never liked anything. We have nothing in common that I can see. I just got this message that was telling me, resist thoughtdom. I mean, that seems like good advice. I mean, I guess. I don't know. The thoughts out there seem to be killing the game. So, I mean, should I really resist it? Probably. Probably. Oh, man. So, hey, listen, welcome to FullForce Radio. I just played you guys some Rat, and I'm thinking, creeps. I mean, I don't know. Is that creepy? And are we really mad at thoughts? I mean, this is such a tough thing. And I don't want to get too heavy on this show, but it does happen. I mean, sexual harassment is real for men and for women. But certainly, it's a tricky subject to get into. It's a tricky subject to get into because if you've ever done anything that is even a little bit thoughty, later on, should you ever say, hey, by the way, this is my experience with sexual harassment, people will fucking light you up. If you've ever in any way sort of expressed your sexuality or done something that they believe is like too sexy, too thoughty, then that's it. If you ever talk about somebody else who potentially is a creep or is harassing you or is in the wrong, that's it. You're done. They don't care. Nobody wants to hear you. Nobody wants to listen to you. And it's a very strange dichotomy. And it's not great for the show because people come here and want to have fun. But I will tell you that this is certainly a problematic, Krim represses herself. I do, maybe a little bit. But for a great example, like people light you up no matter what. It's true. I agree, son. I agree. And I don't really want to get into it because that's just not what this show is for. But I will say I absolutely have experienced extreme sexual harassment. And I never did say anything at the time. And now I do see people who are brave enough to do it. And I do feel a little bit like me too. But, of course, I'm too chicken to say anything, and there's no point. What is it going to do in the long run? It's not going to be supportive. So it's a strange place to live in, I must say. So whenever somebody's like, "Don't be a thought," I'm like, was I a thought? You got to question you question yourself. So the people who are out there just embracing the thoughtdom and just fucking living in it and just girls go wild. Props to you. Cause holy shit, that's hard, man. There's a lot of work involved. Sanguine Haze. Everybody's logging in right now is like, what is this bitch talking about? It's a whole thing. It's a whole discussion for someday. Yeah, don't tweet it because 8 years later it will come out to haunt you. That's right. Well, it was a job. It was a very professional position that I held for 4 years while I was in university. Yeah, pretty gross. Looking back now, I'm like, oh man, that was straight up grooming. Like, wow. You learn things as you get older. But certainly, that's not the point of tonight's show. It's one of those things. Have a thought before you talk. Yeah, heaven forbid you discuss horrible things that happen to you. But this is coming up a lot now, and we see it especially in sort of industries that have famous people. I mean, that's nothing new. Actors, musicians, in the metal scene especially, emo, and parts of the metal scene, there's absolutely a lot of Me Too going on because there is a really prevalent culture in rock and roll in general of sleeping with your groupies. And it's finding that line. Like, where is it? Because there's no doubt there are some women who really might be exaggerating, but they're such a small minority, and the interplay there is, even by saying some women might be exaggerating, is potentially a minefield. It's a rough thing to navigate. And so, in an industry where music and whatever else, see, look at David's just like, I'm the fuck out of here. In an industry where people are famous and powerful and have a lot of money and travel around, it's just something that's going to happen. And I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like for us to get to a place where we can fix that. I don't know. You're welcome to chime in if you have thoughts on it. Thoughts on thought. Let's see. When I worked at Waffle House, this asshole said he would tie my 16-year-old friend and I across his motorcycle bars and ride us all over town. He at 16, and he was in his 60s at least. Yeah, I know. Your manager refused to do anything. For sure. Totally. It's a nasty thing. It's a nasty thing. And times are changing. And I think, whoops! Wow, cool. Cool. I just like totally borked the camera, and you guys got a good look at my desk. But yeah, it's a nasty thing that I don't know how we start other than what we're doing right now. But there's this sort of belief that anybody jumping into this conversation or who might have something to say is just trying to tear down good artists, or, is part of the problem or part of cancel culture. And it's a minefield, man. It's a minefield right now. I am very aware that someday people will look back on my 3 years worth of show, War Crabs, as Ron says. Shut the fuck up. This is boring. Nobody wants to hear about it. Fair enough. I will bend to the will of the crowd. But it's the truth. And in many years from now, people will probably look back at my old streams and and will straight up say that I am part of the problem, and they're probably right. I mean, I don't know. We're just learning as we go. So that being said, let's leave all that heavy shit behind. It's a talk for another day. Maybe it's a talk for Clown World. Maybe it's a talk for I don't know what. Oh, Sanguine Haze. There may be a child involved indeed, or a cat. There could be a cat. But pretty much everybody's gone silent in chat. So I recognize uncomfortable topic. It's one that we will have to dive into someday, both for metal and for streaming and for the internet and just for interpersonal stuff in general. But of course, I don't want to... Did you miss gossip? No, Gabriel, you'd be upset. I was just talking about sort of Me Too-y kind of stuff. And it's fair. Nobody gives a shit, and it's not important. So we could save that for another day. With that being said, what I want to make sure we get in tonight is I have some new Inciferum. Now, this is actually from last week, but I didn't get a chance to put it in last week's show. Now, they have a brand new album coming out, and Inciferum are a really cool melodic death metal band, but they really do trend into folk. They do a lot of, like, seafaring, fucking Viking, pirate, accordion kind of metal, and they're good fun, and I've played them quite a bit. Tell me! How have you been pronouncing their name wrong? I mean, I could be saying it wrong. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. How do you say it? Type it out phonetically. I always just assumed it was Inciferum. And how else would you say it? Do you put the emphasis on a different syllable? We'll discuss fart rape on my show. No, for real though, for real. We'll drop this in a second. But like, here's the example. I worked in a very high-end jewelry store, and in that job, we were expected to look professional, but professional to my boss was incredibly sexy / slutty. Big, tall, high heels, super tight dresses, low-cut cleavage, nails, hair, full makeup, always done. And that was just a part of it, but that's not what I'm even talking about. Yeah, I don't want to get into some of the events that happened, but it absolutely was fully inappropriate, and I never believed anybody would believe me And indeed, I actually ended up going to JCK with him, which is a giant product trade show in Las Vegas. It's one of the biggest jewelry shows in the world. And yeah, I didn't look at it at the time, but it was 100% my old creepy, shitty boss taking me to Vegas to have somebody young on his arm. Like it was, oh, we're going to buy new product and whatever. No, it was, I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to have a young girl on my arm, you know, and whatever. And you would go to all these, I'm going to impress them, all these young ladies with these fancy dinners. And, you know, everybody is a diamond broker. There's a ton of money. I mean, at one point I was sitting in a booth and somebody put this necklace on me. And I remember that the diamonds in this necklace was like... The diamonds in this necklace, each one was the size of my pinky finger, which of course is not coming. Like my pinky nail, they were huge. They were like 3 carats, and they were just this long opera length thing. And I remember being like, this necklace is worth like $4 million or something retarded. And that was sort of the beginning of this grooming process, which was, hey, you know, I'll give you a little piece of jewelry if you come back to my room tonight, or hey, you know, just come over here and sit beside me and we'll put a little ring on your finger, you know. And so rather than drive everybody away because they're going to totally lose track of what this show is about, I look back now and I'm like, man, so many things that happened were so wrong, and I still carry a lot of anger about them. But what am I going to do now? Go to the police? Nope. So, you know, it's a tough spot to be in. And certainly now, like even talking about this on stream, if we were to go into, if we did take this to a clown world or a coffee and philosophy or another show, it would be a lot more difficult to talk about. But because this is Full Force Radio, and because we're not going to get any deeper than this, you know, it's funny, it's haha, we can talk about it, but it's something that I recognize is exceptionally problematic. And, so every time I see somebody go, oh, that's just a Me Too. Fuck this Me Too. Bullshit. And that's tricky. So Ron's saying, at what point is it your responsibility for the choices you make? It's always your responsibility. But I will argue that if you're 17 years old and the man who has complete control over whether or not you get paid, whether or not you become homeless, whether or not you can afford your university tuition, and who takes you to a trade show under the guise of being professional and then traps you into something else, that's hard, you know? And I think that's the biggest thing that we can come back to, is adults are supposed to protect children. That's all, you know? It's tough. It's really tough. So, that being said, at what point are you responsible? Yeah, play some metal, right? Good point. Nobody actually wants to listen to me. Good point. Let's do the Inciferum. It's a track called Andromeda. It's brand new. I'm Crimson Clad. I'll shut up now.
Most in front of the gods. Whoa.
shall live forever, our queen. Speaking about putting the emphasis on the wrong syllable, Andromeda. Track's called Andromeda. But certainly, yeah, so we got a little heavy there and we just hemorrhage listeners. I'm not looking at the amount of viewers on, the lag issues are totally there, Jesse. It depends on what you're watching on. If you're watching here in Discord, it's going to be a different type of lag than YouTube. Tends to be one of the fastest. My YouTube server and my streaming server apparently are really close together. So pick a spot that works for you and just dive right in. So yes, fabulous new track by a band called Inciferum. Hey LP! I'm definitely going to stop talking about Me Tooing right now. But it's conversations that we need to have around industries where there are anyone, man, woman, whatever, money, who have money and power, who are not being cool to the people who look up to them. Simple as that, right? Kindness costs nothing. If you have a lot of money, then it's even easier to be nice. So just work really hard to be cool to other people and have fun. And, metal's a very accepting place. There are still a few holdouts of racism and intolerance and misogyny and misandry and, people just generally hating everybody else. But I will say, the bonus with that is you do get far enough into metal and you find, like, the death metal crew who just pretty much wish everybody was dead, including themselves. Just everything, everyone, cold, black, dark winter, eternal nothingness. And if nothing else, be equal opportunity. Danzig isn't in the menu tonight, LP Faust. He did not make the shortlist. It was on sort of the to-do list. You did miss Rat. And I've got some new stuff. I've got some old stuff. I've got all sorts of things. But yeah, Danzig, we'll see how we're at in the music side of things. But he did not make it in. He's shortlisted for the night. I'm sorry. Besides, I know you're going to cover it off. It's all good. So I did say that I was going to play some new music. If you guys are cool, we cranked it up. We're a little bit heavier. Mr. Meeseeks did mention it. My hair is fucking wild. That's another thing about this stream. Now I'm kind of like, oh, I guess I didn't really put a face on tonight. It's whatever is left over from work. See, somebody's gonna screen cap that, and I'm gonna be like, they're gonna be like a racist. If you're not watching the video, I may or may not have just pulled on my eyes. Not to depict something racist, but I'm immediately gonna get canceled anyways. So here's the deal. This whole having a camera thing, I have to try. I'm pretty sure I haven't picked my nose by accident on stream yet. Pretty sure. But definitely, it's just, it's a whole thing. And I just noticed that my hair is wild all the time. So, listen, I want to play this new Lamb of God. Mr. Meeseeks had mentioned it, and it's fucking brilliant. Now, Lamb of God did put out, obviously, a new self-titled album. That came out last week on the 19th. I haven't gone through it enough times yet. I have gone through it, but not enough times yet. However, I do have a track that I want to play for you tonight. It is off the brand new album. It is called Gears, and it's a fucking gooder. It's a fucking gooder. You like us wild. It's all about the bass. Yeah, Clay's still complaining that I haven't worked out twerking yet. I have to admit, I feel like I'm going to have to start using, possibly, I don't know, some sort of, some form of helpful, some sort of a helpful apparatus, because I'm too old to twerk. I'm very, I don't even know. Everybody's talking about the Danzig unit. That's right. Yeah, it is a gooder. I agree, Mr. Meeseeks. So we're going to keep it a little louder and a little bit more in your face. We're going to play you some brand new Lamb of God. And then I think I'm going to stay in the new track. We'll see. We'll see where we're at. About halfway through the show, I'm going to come to that track. I'm going to come to the two tracks that I know are going to trigger everybody. Yeah, you'll throw your back out, not worth the twerk. I mean, we've talked about this. We've talked about this in the past. Clay mentioned it. Clay actually went out and found a woman, and she actually gives you directions, what angle you should be bent at, and where your hands should go, and how you have to. It's an art form. There's so much work involved in properly twerking. I had no idea, and it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. So, speaking of a lot to take in, and twerking and butts, because we always end up back there. Let's do this Lamb of God track. I am not wearing jeans. I'm not wearing jeans at all. I'm wearing, I don't know, spandex. Spandex! Your life is a light. Ron, I literally ran across the room to show everybody that I was wearing pants. I mean, you just out yourself as not listening all the time. God damn it. All right, so listen, let's actually just play this Lamb of God track. We'll come back, and then I'm going to play some stuff that may or may not exceptionally trigger you guys, but I have to admit, it rips. It rips. So let's start here, and let's see where the night takes us. We got a little heavy there. We were talking a little bit about the problematic nature of powerful people and how they exploit those around them. I'm not sure how we got on the topic, but it's an awful lot less fun than freezies. So we're going to continue in this direction, and I got lots of great music to put in your ears tonight. Here you go. It's a track called Gears. My name is Crimson Cloud. This is Full Force Radio. We talk shit. Sometimes, I guess, serious shit. I mean, I don't know. It's a little bit of everything for everyone, all the time, whatever. You know, here on MSP Waves. It's so good.
While
Radio. Why didn't nobody tell me that I hadn't muted my mic there? Son of a bee. Okay, phew. I mean, I muted it here, but not there. You probably heard some clickety clacking. All right, well, listen, I'm a very professional live streamer, friends. Don't even worry about it. You know, I've already thrown myself right off the, So, okay, Jesse is saying that the songs are really skipping. I'm unsure as to what he's referring to. It's either that or he thinks they're too hard and he's skipping them, in which case I'm an idiot. But that's fine. Listen, we're hemorrhaging listeners tonight, but I mean, what's more metal than hemorrhaging? If you're not bleeding copiously from your eyeballs, are you really metal? So yeah, it's a great new album. Mr. Misi completely agreed. You're also a popsicle. You're a meat popsicle. You know, I was talking about this earlier this week. That is like my go-to response. And I get this a lot. People are always like, are you actually a human? And I mean, I get it. We have technology now where you can send a message to something and it'll message back with some sort of AI like discussion tree. And you can like talk to a thing that's not a human. So I understand why people ask me that question. But my answer always is going to be like, negative, I am a meat popsicle. And apparently that's not professional and you're not supposed to answer like that. And I'm like, if we have such a perfect answer, I'm going to use it forever. All right, so fair enough. Julia and Ron may or may not tag me tonight. It's gonna happen. It looks like it's gonna happen. So good to have you, Jules. Thanks for joining us. We're not quite halfway through the show yet. I got you guys for another hour and a bit. I got lots of fun shit. But I did want to play, like I said, I'm wearing a Demons and Wizards shirt tonight. And Demons and Wizards, of course, is a side project with part of Iced Earth, part of Blind Guardian. They're fabulous. They're really enjoyable. They're a great fucking band. They are super ridiculous. Oh, look at that. My hand is blurring and it looks like I have a gigantic meat arm. Delicious. Meaty, meaty. Fuck yeah. All right, so here's the deal. No, you're allowed to bake, and, you know, if you bake and you don't chat and you don't level up, so be it. But I did grab the bottle. I grabbed a new bottle of bourbon for such an occasion as this. And many of you guys will be pleased to know I've done some online ordering. I have a boom mic arm coming, although pretty soon that means you'll see the microphone, just kicking it here. But yes, so I have an arm for the microphone coming, so hopefully sound will be a little bit better, because I know that's been a bit of an issue this week. And I'm going to keep working on the overlay, because like I said, I had this almost great, but then I fixed chat a little bit. I changed some things. I made the new countdown screen, which again, it's really fucking beautiful. Look how gorgeous it is. But so the problem is, of course, that I fucked everything else up. So eventually all of the screens are going to work together. The transitions are going to be smooth. I'm going to stop being a shitty DJ. I'm not going to talk about things that are anathema and that make people uncomfortable, because of course you can't do that. Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. Even though we all have, probably every woman in this room has very, very strong experiences for this. I'm ready. I'm ready for your hot, hot level, Ron. Just dump it in chat. I better chug. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so on that note, let's continue on. I'm going to play this Blind Guardian. Like I said, now Demons and Wizards is very, very fantasy themed. Surprising absolutely no one. Blind Guardian, Iced Earth tends to be more war and historical. Iced Earth has some great albums that I've played for you guys, but they go through a lot of historical battles. They're kind of like Sabaton in that way. Now Blind Guardian is out of Germany, and they are from the late 80s. They're awesome, but they do power metal, true power metal. Fantasy tinge. You guys might remember we did a Tolkien episode where we called it the Brutal Realms of Tolkien, and it was all of the music that was inspired by some of the works, obviously, like The Lord of the Rings and things like that. And Blind Guardian was very heavy on that list. They love to draw inspirations from literary sources. Also in the David Lynch episode, we did a super fun episode that we called The Lynch Binge. And oh gosh. So Anyways, these guys have a vast, diverse catalog of music, but all of it is super fucking fun and leaning towards the sort of epic power metal sort of side of the spectrum. Now, I'm going to play you guys a track called Sacred Worlds. It's a little bit longer, and the reason that I'm bringing this one in tonight is because it's got the full orchestra ensemble. And speaking of past shows that you guys have really enjoyed, everybody's just checking their level, hoping that they will be the one to get me to pop this bad boy. I'll leave the pop for the mic. So that's great. You guys just get me drunk. I'm ready for it. Yeah, Tatsu, the API changed. Like I said, Ron, everything changed. Hey, Youth Me, who are you? I don't know that I've ever said hi to you before, but I'm glad to see you. I hope you are enjoying yourself, and I hope you enjoy the show. And if you're watching somewhere else like YouTube or Twitch or one of the other alternative streaming media, don't forget to say hi every now and again. You know, don't forget to say hi. Because I can't see you if I don't see you floating here in the server, but I know many of you are watching. So, with all that, hi! With all that being said, let's do some Blind Guardian. This track is called Sacred Worlds. It has got the full orchestra. It's so good. All of it, full woodwinds, full percussion, full orchestra. And, power metal might be over the top, but we need a little bit more of that in our lives. Full string accompaniment. Yeah, okay, we believe you. I'm enjoying myself. Let me enjoy myself. Tree Grower, hey, it's good to see you. You made it through another week. How brave all of you are, you new recruits. I'm very proud of you. So, while you guys are all figuring out who's going to do it, who's going to level, who's going to make sure that I take a big old shot, a big old swig on air, I'm going to play this track. It's called Sacred Worlds. It's a little bit longer. We'll come back and we'll have about an hour and a half left in the show. We're about halfway through. Don't worry, I have so many things to show you. I don't know what we're going to call tonight. I don't know, because I scared away probably like 50% of the people listening because we got a little bit into sort of some of the problematic relationships and sort of power struggles within the entertainment industry. But we also talked about freezies and how people outside of Canada have no fucking clue what they're called. They're called freezies. God damn it. My name is Crimson Glad. This is FullForce Radio. Oh. More metal music needs oboes. Yes. go. Pretty fucking epic. A killer track by Blind Guardian called Sacred Worlds. Hey, my name is Crimson Clad, and you are listening to Full Force Radio. Yeah, it does sound a little movie soundtracky. And how could it not? How could it not? It's fabulous. It's fabulous. It is. It's a long song. I don't know why you guys are that surprised. I've played songs on this long-ass song for live radio. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fuck you. I play what I want. But, I mean, that's not even approaching the longest song that I played on Full Force Radio. I've played songs up to 16 minutes long. 16 minutes long. Hi, Clay. So, I've already scared away all my listeners. People who pretend they want to actually listen to me talk usually get uncomfortable and leave. So we already did that. Scared away all of the people who... scared away all the people who say they want to listen to serious topics. Tried to get into that. Definitely was a mistake. Left that. But thank you. Thank you for coming, hanging out. Yes, everybody thought it was horrible and it was way too long. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible DJ. So forth, so on, etc. Misery, 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 blah, 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 blah. I'm still going to play it. And I did. And you're still here. Ron did level. I will give him that. He did level. There you go. Ron did level. So cheers to all of you. Cheers to Ron. And listen, you know, they're not real fans. I have so many long songs for you. Oh, that's brutal. Look at the double chin on that. This is why I don't look at the camera. It's much better. And yes, I'm teasing you. But for real, I've played tracks. Even Iron Maiden's Red and the Black is at least 14 minutes long. So trust me, I've been really good about cutting things down. Like I have a band, I have a band that I'm going to play for you later tonight, a Canadian band. If I can fit it in, they're called Unrequited. They do post-black atmospheric, super depressive metal. I picked the shortest track on the album because the rest of them are all like 10 minutes plus. It's going to happen. Eventually, I'm just going to... You're not used to hearing it midday in the office. Well, goals, my friend. Goals. Cheers, Ron. Whoa. I got my bruise bumps. I don't know if you guys can see this. I don't know if the camera's going to focus on it, but all my hair is standing on end. Good stuff. All right, so there you go. So now that people are here, and I've adequately warmed you up, and everybody is already super annoyed at me for talking about no topics, talking about Me Too topics, and generally making everyone uncomfortable and playing songs that are too long, now we can get to the good stuff. So here's the thing that I want to do. We were at a good show. Everybody's like, I'm fucking out of here. Delicious. I love bourbon, but you know, every now and again. Woo! So I'm going to play this track. And for some of you, I've actually shared it with you already. What level for a boot of beer? I mean, I usually do no, not Me Too things. Yeah, see, unfortunately, True Girl, there you go. At the end of the day, most women at some way, shape, or form have some... spoot. Have some experience with this stuff, and as much as we'd like to pretend that it doesn't exist, it does. You know, it's all right. Just means eventually we are going to have to talk about it. It's the only way it gets fixed, but that's fine. This show is not that place. I understand. But in any case, listen. So I have this track that I'm going to play for you guys, but just as an example, that exact response is why people don't talk about it. Food for thought. So the reality is while everybody's talking about ice cream, because it is delicious, I want to play this track for you, and it's very much gonna trigger some of you. And I was trying to decide if I even liked it, because I wasn't sure on the first listen. And then I'm like, you know what? Yes, I do. So there is a whole subsection of metal called metalcore. I think Hive-Qua is a creepy guy. Yeah, Qua's a delight, but, you know, every now and then, Qua, like, here's the line, Qua goes so far that the line is a dot to him. Listen, we've got some regular listeners who have a lot going on, and not as creepy as Cly. Oh my goodness. So this is great. We've got a rate my listener thing going on in chat right now. Oh, I'll also tell you guys, I have another exciting thing happening that no one cares about but me, but I'm very excited for it. Not only do I have a boom mic coming, I have some ambient lighting for the back of the studio, because you can see right now my webcam does do a shit job of balancing me versus the background. And as long as I'm in focus, that's great. But circle, circle, dot, I got my cootie shot. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's delightful. Now, I've got some fancy ass lighting that's going to go behind the couch. So it's going to go along here and under here, and it's gonna uplight. And I don't know, it might not look like anything, but I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm gonna have the studio looking a little more fun and studio-y. So you care, very cool, good. I have lights coming. So yeah, my mic's gonna be up off the table. We're all kind of creepy when you think about it. Yeah, exactly. The rap video to debut the twerking. And you know, we already talked about the twerking tonight, Clay. We did. We totally did. We talked about it. Definitely going to be some twerking. So listen, I'm talking about triggering you guys, but not in the way that you expect. So there is a subgenre. I noticed I lost Mitchell already. I lost a lot of people. God, I have them. They slip through my fingers. I just lose them like dust in the wind. Now, with that being said, metalcore. It's not really my thing. And metalcore in a lot of sort of the beginnings of the core scene was kind of these two these two divergent branches. You had true metalcore, which was metal mixed with hardcore punk rock. And then you also had sort of new metal and new core, and then you started getting pop kind of music mixed with metal. And it was a very strange direction. And then you had emo, which kind of grew out of this amalgam. And then you had screamo. So you still had hard vocals, but like light melodies and really weird pop music. And so all this stuff has happened. Now, over the years, I have played some strange stuff for you. I've definitely tried to at least acknowledge this is out there, because these are, whether we like it or not, the scene is a large part of the scene kids. And so one of the bands that kind of exemplifies this, or not even bands, but Valkyria, yeah, exactly. Everybody understands. Everybody understands how creepy some of the people in this server are. Don't worry, people know you. So listen, the reason I bring this up is I've played a band, or I played an artist, for example, called Poppy. And Poppy is very like, what? And there are examples of like baby metal or other groups that really mix in what is basically considered pop music with metal elements. And it's very strange. It's very polarizing. There are lots of people who love it, and there are lots of people who hate it. Just hate it. And so when we started the show tonight, I was talking about bands that recognize things that are trendy or memey or whatever, and kind of jump on that and ride it to stardom. And so I heard, yeah, see, Youth Me's going, Poppy. Yeah, pretty much. I'm not a Poppy fan. I've played Poppy on this show before. How do you not know this, Clay? Oh, because you don't ever get to listen anymore. That's fair. Although, to be fair, Clay's voice always, within the last 15 minutes of his show, it's guaranteed 15 minutes before the end of the show, I will fall asleep, because his voice is so wonderful. But with that being said, yeah, I played Poppy. I think I played, Concrete? I played that on the show one time. And at the time, we were talking about cannibalism, so it fit in. But the reason that I bring Poppy up is because this band that I'm going to play for you next, they have never been on my radar because of their sort of metalcore roots. But they just got a new singer, and they basically went and they said, hey, what's all the stuff that's really popular on the internet right now? I'm going to go get that, take it, fucking cram all of it into one track, and then put it out there, and we're going to have a hit on our hands. And I have to admit, it's true. So I'm going to play you a track by a band called Eskimo Callboy. And they are considered a metalcore band. They started off a little more punky, but they're pretty much pure pop metal now. And the track that I'm going to play for you, yeah, internet metal. Oh my God, Mackenzie Gary, Yes, that's exactly it. It's a whole new branch off the core genre. It's just internet metal. It's just memes made into metal. And so this is like, I was thinking about sort of gimmicky bands. There's, what is the Ned Flanders band? I think they're like called the Howderinos or something. I can't remember. But they're basically, no, Howdily Doodly? I can't remember what the band is called. But they're a band that dresses only like Ned Flanders. And they're like a fucking thrash, black, dark metal band. But they dress like Ned Flanders. Other gimmicky bands that are out there. I mean, Deathclock is technically a gimmick. I mean, Metalocalypse was a cartoon. Brendan Smalls was a real human. But the Deathclock band, but it's amazing. It's so good. There's certainly lots of gimmicky metal bands out there. There's lots of gimmicky bands out there, and they're fun, and that's okay. So let's kind of pull back from that edge, and let me play this track for you. But yeah, I love Deathclock too, and I play them very often on this show because it's great fucking music. Julia's muffins are in the oven. Caption this. What the fuck is wrong with you? Mermaider? Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about. There are certainly really amazing bands who have found a gimmick and made it work for them. These guys, I'm not sure. So let me try and give you an example of what this song is going to be like in your ears. It's pop music with death metal vocals. And so that's enough that you understand it. But the idea is, I don't know if you guys know of something called Russian hard bass. It's very cheeky-breaky, and it is something that's really common in the gaming subsection. So if you're a gamer, you've probably run into some Russian hard bass at some time. But it's essentially really heavy driving beat techno, and yeah, cheeky-breaky, fucking, you'll often see like drunk Russians dancing to it, which is also going to get me canceled. And so one of the trends that grew out of this is that there's a band that's been around forever called Little Big, but they just recently really started embracing the Russian hard bass crowd, and they also embraced the ridiculous create a dance to go with your song, because people will start doing that dance on TikTok and then you'll get famous. And this is not something that I would have ever recognized as a valid way to make a hit. But it's true. If you put out a music video that has a stupid dance to go with it that people can learn, you're going to have a hit on your hands. And we've seen it. We saw it with, what's this one? Do you guys remember this one? What is it? Gangnam Style? That one? And also, yeah, I don't even know. The Skibbity, I think it is the Little Big track. I really liked them before this. I have no idea what the new one is. But it's something like the frogs and they're all dancing. And so this metal band got a new singer, picked a new pop style, and fucking jammed all of the internet into one stupid fucking trendy video. Yes, Marco's got it. That's as cheeky-breaky as it comes right there. So imagine cramming Russian hard bass and some sort of like trying too hard TikTok dance combined with metalcore. And then on top of that, just cover it in like a retro wave, synthwave vibe. Then they just took it one step further, and the music video is all pink neon and mullets and bad 80s sunglasses. And yeah, can we find a way to vaccinate against TikTok? I don't think we can. So with the internet at large, the way it is, that's where this song came from. I fully 100,000 million% blame the internet for this song. It's called Hypa Hypa, and it's a shitty club anthem love song to a girl. And yet, when the throwdown hits, this thing fucking slaps. So, this is the track I want you guys to vote on tonight. Yay or nay? Will it grow on you? Is it heavy enough? Be ready for this, because whatever you think is coming, you're not ready for it. My name is Crimson Cled. This is FullForce Radio. Internet metal. Internet!
There's a fire on the floor anytime. Crimson clad.
Okay, so there you go. How did I get here? Who put this pudding in my pants? I don't know. So I saw a couple of thumbs up in chat. I did see a very strong thumbs down from Mr. B6. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Nope. Eileen's like, nope. Yeah, youth me, I agree. Blast beats in general. I mean, there's nobody in the world like a good metal drummer. But yes, we absolutely hemorrhaged some more listeners there. I mean, there's something to be said. There's something to be said. That is, I don't even know. The reason it came up, I would have never actually even listened to it. I would have never listened to that in a million years. Just wouldn't have happened. But it had a similar name and a similar artist name to something else that I do like. And I thought it was a new remix. So I played it and I was like, oh. And then I was getting ready to turn it off. And then that fucking throwdown just came up and fucking slapped me in the face. And I was like, oh! So, yeah, never let it be said that we don't explore some things. So, you know, I mean, it's very, very common that I make people very miserable with my music choices on this show. But I have to admit, I've listened to it a couple times. I don't think it's going to win any awards for being particularly deep. But I have to admit, there's something about it. There's something about it. I'm okay with it. Play Avenged Sevenfold. Nope, not tonight. Sorry, Tree Grower, not on the playlist. Here's the thing. I know many of you guys get mad because I don't take requests. Fuck you. I play what I want. I say that lovingly. It's just because I usually have everything prepped ahead of time, and I always run out of time anyways. But I have played a lot of Avenged Sevenfold. They're on the master list. So that was a whole thing. And now that you're all fucking traumatized, I thought maybe I would play one more new sort of metalcore-ish kind of track. Play some Igor. Yeah, we could do that too. Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. Sorry, it's just the way this show goes. I got lots of stuff. Look at everybody's like, God damn it, and then they leave. It's just the way it goes. It's not because I don't love you. If you don't play Metallica, you're not the genuine article. Well, I'm far more genuine than you, my love. But that being said, I actually do have some old school Metallica from the Black Album in tonight's playlist later on. So I guess by your strange and terrible set of like random personal judgments, I'm awesome. Now, with that being said, let us continue. So here's the deal. I saw this trending on Twitter after I put it in the playlist, which I thought was very curious. But again, it's not like I play a lot of the time paying attention to what's going on Twitter. But with all that being said, I did notice that Parasite Eve is trending on Ruby Swath, the bringer of death. This is delightful. Technically, you're a Nickelback fan. Well, you know, I mean, everybody has their flaws. Some just have more than others. But so here's the deal. Bring Me the Horizon I mentioned this earlier. Bring Me the Horizon has a very similar sort of metalcore kind of feel. They do like a little bit, yeah, I agree. And you know, Clay, you can never Lex is just crying. He's laughing so hard. Yes! Fuck yeah! I mean, I don't want you to die. Don't die. Just, you know, like, stay alive. But also, ha-ha! Now, here's the deal. Marky's just throwing dad jokes into the chat. Every time he wakes up, it comes back. It's a dad joke. Listen. Hey, listen. Bring Me the Horizon, I mentioned, they are a little bit on the metalcore side of things, and they are a little poppy, and they tend to be a little well-known compared to some of the bands that I play for you. And so I thought it was very funny because I grabbed this because they wrote this song about the quarantine in quarantine, and I popped it on tonight's playlist because we have some new tracks going in. And then I saw it trending on Twitter, so I was kind of happy to see that some like hard rock metal amalgam made it onto the Twitter shit tonight. So I'm going to play this for you guys, and then we'll move back towards some classic stuff. So for those of you who are very upset that I haven't played enough Metallica or enough everything else, then don't worry. We've got... God, these are the worst jokes. You guys are the worst. Good Lord. Jesus. Dad jokes in the chat. Something about salad dressing and bookmarks, and I'm not saying you guys are cringe. I'm pretty cringe, but you're also very cringe. And it's why I love you, and it's why we get along so well, I assume. Maybe. Ugh. So, listen, let me play this fucking track. It's new. It's weird. It's really weird. I tried to watch a video for it. It's got a lot of symbolism. There's a lot going on. There's an 8-armed mecha Shiva robot nurse. It's about being in quarantine. They're describing it as a message of hope wreathed in anger and sadness. These are all things that metal does well. So I'm going to play this for you guys. And then I promise we'll kind of get back to some of the stuff that I want to play. For the last hour of the show, which we're going to be heading into after this track, we are going to go down a more classic route. I've got a little bit of true black depressive death for you. And then back into classics and power. We've got some Manowar, some Cerberus, Merciful Fate, Metallica, Primal Fear, and a band called Witchfinder General. But that being said, let's do this first. I'm going to play you this track. It's brand new. Came out literally today. Oh, God, Marky. Oh, God. Jesus. Is all I have to say about that. Now, listen, so let's continue. Hi, Lacey. Is Lacey actually listening? Can somebody give Lacey a hug for me? She's probably not listening, but she might be listening. She could be. Maybe. Now that everybody's doing dad jokes. Let me play this brand new Parasite Eve track. Anarchist is here. Hi. I hope you're actually listening. Say hello. Oh, Marky tagged Clayboy and Pirate. Wow. You guys are all going to be very, very disappointed because the type of people who come for a Clayboy and Pirate are not the type of people who are going to like this show. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, you know what? Let's do it. So, brand new, Parasite Eve by a band called Bring Me the Horizon. We're going to stay in that sort of metalcore vein for one more track. Let me know what you think. We were talking about this earlier. What's your take on music written specifically in the quarantine? I don't know. Is that jumping on the bandwagon? Is that a little too... I don't know. Is it too on the nose? You tell me. Here you go. Parasite Eve. I'm Crimson Clad. This is Full Force Radio. I got you guys for about another hour? Question mark? Julia, check this artwork with the tentacle.
I got a fever, don't breathe on me. I'm a believer in nobody won't let me leave cause I've seen something. Hope I don't sneeze, I don't. Really, we just need to feel something. Only pretending to feel something. I know you're dying to run. I wanna turn you around.
Please remain calm. The end has arrived. I cannot see you. Enjoy the ride. This is the moment you've been
flowers and grieve. Don't forget what I told you. When we forget the infection, will we remember the lesson? If the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will. Move. I heard they need better signal. Put chipping pins in the needles. Quarantine all of those secrets in that black hole you call a brain before it's too late. Really, we just wanna scream something. Only pretend to believe something. I know you're baying for blood. I wanna turn you around. Please remain calm. The end has arrived. We cannot save you. Enjoy the ride. This is the moment you've been waiting for. We'll call it a warning. This is a war. It's a parasite. Gotta feel it in your stomach cause you know that it's coming for you. If you flowers and grieve, don't forget what I told you. When we forget the infection, will we remember the lesson? If the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will. It's a parasite. Gotta feel it in your stomach cause you know that it's coming for you. If you flowers and grieve, don't forget what I told you. When we forget the infection, will we remember the lesson? If the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will. You can board up your windows, you can lock up your doors, yeah. But you can't keep washing your hands of this shit anymore. When all the kings drops and then all the kings friends, don't know their options from that back again. When life is a prison and death is a door, they say to want it. This is a war. This is a war. Oh, oh. It's a parasite. Gotta feel it in your stomach cause you know that it's coming for you. If you flowers and grieve, don't forget what I told you. When we forget the infection, will we remember the lesson? If the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will. It's a parasite. It's a parasite. It's a parasite. We cannot save you. We cannot save you.
There's this little creepy outro here.
We cannot save you.
I'm gonna talk over it like a jerk. There you go. So your 8-armed Mecha Shiva robot, whatever. Oh yeah, we scared away. We scared away LP. I see you later, man. A great buzz hopped in and knew it was Bring Me the Horizon right away. So, you know, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Lots of people are honestly 100% not sure how to feel about that. And that's the deal. You know, metal comes in all shapes and sizes. A lot of it is a little bit more rock and roll. Some of it's a lot more pop. Bring Me the Horizon now is like pop and industrial. I don't even know. But that is a big release for today, and a lot of people are really excited. So, and I see Lacey's talking in chat. I don't think she's actually listening right now, so that's too bad. But yeah, so some people are not happy. Some people are happy, and I have to say I do enjoy older Bring Me the Horizon as well. I agree, Great Buzz. But that's the whole point of this show. We gotta try a little bit of everything. We gotta test all of it. We gotta sample it. Gotta roll it around in our mouths, see what tastes good. So there you go. We've had a lot of fun. Everybody's everybody's talking about Cyberpunk in chat. I don't know if you watched the live stream this morning. There was a live stream from the Cyberpunk team. It was Night City Wire. I took a quick peek at the new trailer, and it was good. I have to admit, I couldn't really deal with a lot of the chatter afterwards. I love the devs. I didn't like the host, but I'm really excited for Cyberpunk. But I'm a loser gamer, so some of this, my hope is eventually I'll actually have a bit of time to game, and I might even go back into game streaming. Like unscheduled, non-MSP waves, non-music streams about video gaming. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm very excited for it. I think it's going to be awesome when it starts running with my PC here. Because I have an RTX. I'm hoping for some good fucking ray tracing. It's going to be real tasty. Real tasty. But yes, it was delayed, and that's probably for the best, frankly. I am pretty cool with this. People are always, like, worried. People are always worried when games get delayed. But here's the thing. Krim is a gamer. Oh, yes, Mackenzie Gary. I've been a gamer for as long as I can remember. I grew up on an old school Atari, actually, that I still have. But yeah, and actually here in the studio, I've got the TV on the wall here for like video content, but I also happen to have like the actual TV on the wall hooked up to a Switch and an old SNES and some other stuff. So when a cooking show, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I've still got so many things to finish on this show. I'm just trying to get through fucking getting the overlay and finishing the stream so I can get the merch and the drink. And you know what? Like, here's the deal. Let's just get through the Hive hard fork because that's going to kill us. But that's the other thing is I actually just downloaded Skyrim VR. I said I never would, but I did. And so now that I've done that, I'm thinking I might even actually play Skyrim VR. And obviously, I love Skyrim. I put way, way, way too much time into that. You heard Krim started Gamergate. Oh, God, see here? Getting back into the Me Too stuff. You can't avoid it. You just can't at all. It's impossible. But, so listen. Yeah, Last of Us is pretty good. People are losing their shit about Last of Us 2, but it seems to be a good game as well. I haven't played it yet. I'm so far behind. I don't get any time to game now. I do this show. This is like my entertainment right now. But so yeah, lots coming down the pipes, and one of the things coming down the pipe is Keanu's giant robot dick. I'm pretty sure I shared that. But anyways, so let's continue on with some music. Now that we've done that, I've gotten the weird shit out of the way. Please reward. Yeah, exactly. Right? I mean, it'd be kind of weird because you'd be watching the stream. I'd have to probably green screen it. And so you'd be watching me like wandering around with this on my face, but then the background screen would be the game, I guess. I don't really know. We're gonna have to think about it. So yeah, don't worry about it. But with all that being said, oh, Julia, it's a whole thing. I mean, Gamergate, I don't want to totally get into it. But the reality is there's some bad stuff that happens in the video game industry. And then there was one lady who made some accusations, who really started a big thing where a bunch of ultra feminists came out of the work, and it started becoming more about like fucking reeing at video games in general than it was about the actual sort of initial incident. And, you know, people accused, it doesn't matter. I will say, see, this could lead us into another conversation that nobody wants to have, but I really do kind of want to put it out there that the industry does have a lot of problems in it. And again, it's the same sort of thing. People are going to be like, oh, fuck Gamergate, fuck feminism, fuck this, fuck that, fuck me too. Again, I can say with firsthand knowledge that really bad shit happens in these industries. People with too much money, too much power, and big fandoms, whether they're a developer, whether they're a musician, whether they're a politician, will do bad things. And it does happen, and it takes a lot to talk about it, and then you probably are going to get shit on and your life's going to get ruined. So for everybody who thinks that somebody comes forward specifically just to try and fuck a popular person over and doesn't have any personal sort of, they tend to get destroyed for it. And then people wonder why nobody talks about it. I don't want to talk about it because the Gamergate, most of it is not for me. I believe there's a lot of problematic stuff there, but I also have a lot of friends in the industry, and I know a lot of people who have gone through some real fucking bullshit. So again, it's fine. We won't talk about it because I recognize not a lot of sympathy out there. And that's okay. It's a topic for another show. So with all that being said, let's continue, because I told you guys I was going to play you a couple more new tracks and then go straight into some older tracks. I got an hour. I got a lot of great music to put in your ears. Now, a band that I love so much that I was going to make a pilgrimage over to the East Coast to see them a second time in a row, a band called Rotting Christ. These guys are amazing. We've talked about them at length on the stream. So for people who are scared of the name, or who are scared of the music, or are scared of all this kind of stuff, you know, there's a wonderful, cuddly, warm, and delightful band under the name Rotting Christ. But they literally just dropped some brand new music end of May. And I haven't played it on the show yet, which is super sad. Now, I've got tickets from this year. I was going to see them here in Vancouver, and then I was going to fly over to Montreal and see them with Philodendron as well, with Seb and Alen. And the tickets will be valid for 2021. But until such time as we can go back to concerts again, all I can do is just put the music in your ears here on the show. So I'm going to play you a brand new track by Rotting Christ called Fire and Flame. It's got that awesome, droney, quasi-religious, super cool, dark metal, gothic take on it. And from there, we will move into some more classic stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun. My name is Crimson Clett. This is Full Force Radio. Every Thursday, I'm just here talking shit. Talking about, normally it's really fun and really irreverent, and I know people are really upset tonight because I guess we got too feministy. But here's the reality. Most women have an experience like this. So you could say it's ruining my show. Maybe it is. But listen, that's the truth. This is our lived experience. I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to push you as a man or a woman. Just don't be a shitty human. It seems like it should be easy, but apparently it's not. Go fish. my biggest complaint about Rotting Christ tracks is that they're never long enough. I always want so much more. I want more. Give it to me. Give it to me now. All right, so let's just see. Everybody's having a time in chat. Once again, I should have never. You probably leveled up last week, Corbin. But okay, so here we go. Who's leveling? Let me see. Let me catch up. We'll take it a good look here. Goodness. Real Talk Tuesdays. Yeah, no, I mean, someday we can have an actual conversation about this if you guys want. But I recognize nobody wants to mix this with their entertainment or with their metal. And I mean, arguably, this is a problem that will absolutely trigger the fuck out of everybody. But it's hard. You're expected to be on all the time. And if you're expected not to talk about things people don't like. You're expected not to rock the boat. You're expected not to talk about problematic discussions. And often when you're a woman, you're expected to sit down and shut up. And it happens to some men too. So there's going to be a whole bunch of triggering. Oh, she's only talking about women. And I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with that shit. So, whatever. You guys led me into this topic tonight, and it's a very valid one. But with that being said, I want to take us towards some more classic metal. You know what? It's okay. It's all right. I will keep my intellectual discussion to myself. It's fine. But with all that being said, now that I've scared away all new listeners tonight, and it's just the rest of us here, just ain't nobody here but us chickens. And I mean, it's not even about equality. It has nothing to do with equality. It has everything to do with stopping assholes from being predatory assholes. And it's not only about sex. It's about power dynamics. And this is something that will never, ever be able to escape. If you have more money, if people love you because you put on a show or you entertain them, if you become a part of someone's life, it's very easy to manipulate them. And that's massively problematic. And it's problematic from everything from video games onwards, music especially. But it's one of those things where you will see that it is very, people say, oh, well, all these, we're going to get into intersectionality. People go, oh, well, it's just women and they're just Me Tooing or whatever. And the SJWs are just trying to cancel everybody. But again, just be mindful that the people that do want to discuss this stuff get canceled in their own right. It's almost like no matter what experience you've had, somebody somewhere wants to invalidate it. Don't let it happen. Julia regrets mentioning Gamergate. Yeah, see, but I was talking about this already, so I'm not allowed to have an opinion on it. I'm not allowed to bring that up on the show because now it's not fun and people don't want to talk about it. And if I bring it up as a streamer, I'm not cool and people don't want to listen. You see? Now I feel guilty for you feeling guilty about a thing that actually is valid and worth talking about. But we can't talk about it because we can't talk about it. Cool. Let's play some fucking cheese metal. Let's do some Manowar. Because, every time we try and get into a real conversation, everybody doesn't want to have it. It's too bad. These are things that we probably should discuss. But we're trying to grow the show. Only fun, only cute, only giggles, only booze. I can do that. Only metal. I'm going to play a track that will harken back to the days of when I was merely a twinkle in my father's eye. I'm going to play something off an album called Fighting the World. Very early Manowar. And Manowar is a whole thing in itself. If you don't know what Manowar is, I will definitely play some for you. It's the cheesiest fucking shit you'll ever hear. And yet, there's something so fascinating about it. No, remember, Corbin, oh, yeah, because you're typing in Twitch. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I don't mind. I love, oh, see, look, I'm just hemorrhaging listeners. But these are valid topics, and I'm passionate about them because I'm involved in all of these fandoms. And so I recognize that abuses can happen in them. And yeah, I already brought that up, Ron. I already said, as long as we talk at the beginning of the show, I always make it to 15 minutes before the end of the show. And by 15 minutes to the end of the show, for fall asleep because his voice is so soothing. Now, with that being said, it's fine. It's fine. Apparently I have to play something really sexist. Well, I'm going to play Manowar, and they are a bunch of long-haired, manly men. And at the time, they were everything that power metal held dear. They were shirtless, waxed bronze gods holding a two-handed broadswords with, like, assless chaps. It was ridiculous. It's the most homoerotic thing on the planet. But it was also, at the same time, Manowar fosters so many amazing values in the metal community. Togetherness, inclusiveness, standing tall, fighting, supporting one another, picking people up when they fall. Everybody is equal in metal. So, you know, here's this dorky, if you look at the cover of this when I play this track, you're going to be like, what the fucking fuck? But given all the things we've talked about tonight, they're actually a great fucking fit. And the track that I picked actually is a better fit yet. I'm going to play you a song called Carry On. My name is Crimson Clad. Apparently, this whole thing about going and streaming on new platforms, I'm too woke, now I'm broke, nobody loves me, I've ruined the whole show. Listen, sorry about it, I've lived my life and that's what happens. But I can play you some fun metal. It's very Kansas-y to start.
North Star always guides me when winter skies are gray, and I wait for the sun when all are one. I shall not betray. Calling at me, I'm waiting when all are led astray. Carry on, my songs forever. Carry on when I am gone. Carry on for when the day is long.
ever need some inspirational metal, Manowar should be your go-to. And now, I don't know if you guys saw, like, let me just, like, hang on here. Let's just do this. I don't know if you guys saw the cover of that album, but I just want to remind you of what truly, truly metal looks like. Oh, Corbin did level up. Oh, goodness. There you go. All right, so everybody's fighting about anarchy. Corbin definitely did level up, so I almost shot. But there you go. Look at this. Look at this cover. It's fucking magical. It's magical. These men come riding out of the fucking out of the thunderstorm, brandishing swords with their hair flowing behind them in their like leather vest of the tiger that they killed and skinned themselves, telling you, carry on, together, forever, carry on. All right, so cheers. Listen, some people are having fun tonight. Mostly I've scared away everyone, but high five. Yeah, so here's the deal, Corbin. This used to be a thing when we started the show. Everybody was a very low level. So I was taking like 15, 20 shots a night, it felt like. Probably not that much, but it was honestly, it was a total disaster. Now, everybody is literally talking about different things in chat. Nobody's interested in what's going on. So I'm going to play you guys some more music. I'm going to take this shot. I'm going to take this shot. And then we're gonna continue on. Now, I will tell you who hopes for anarchy. It's Manowar. They have no they want no leaders. You should be self-sufficient. If there was ever a bunch of people who would be into crypto, but also like who would be barbarians, it would be Manowar. So let us continue. Let me play you guys some more music. I want to play you something really fucking weird. I want to play you a band called Witchfinder General. Now, Witchfinder General, you might you might recognize the term Witchfinder General from a book called Good Omens, which is one of my favorites. But the reason that I want to play these guys is they're actually a lesser known band from the new wave of British heavy metal, and I've talked about on this show before. The new wave of British heavy metal was really, really important in what came later in North America and everywhere around the world. And in fact, the new wave of British heavy metal, specifically starting with bands like Venom, was what really sort of turned the tide on what was happening in Europe in the later 90s and where we ended up getting death and black metal from, and sort of all of the things that we consider more extreme and probably like real metal now came from bands like these. So I'm gonna play you this band, and we've still got more than half an hour left in the show, so I'm gonna try and play a little bit more music, but I'm gonna play this Witchfinder General track because it's partially ew, a White Claw, gross. No wonder you came back to listen to this show. Fair enough. Oh, goodness. Yeah. So, I've triggered everybody tonight about talking about trigger-worthy topics, but I do think one night we should put some time aside to talk about this because, I mean, it's funny because even people you think who should understand you or who may be okay enough to hear you out, you will find they get uncomfortable and they don't want to hear you out. And, again, it's not the trauma Olympics, but I think we should be able to talk about these things, and clearly we're not there yet. So, what I do want to do, a cute crocheted octopus for a bottle of Kahlua. Me, Lax, done. Don't make that deal with anybody else. You know I love cephalopods. Send me the cephalopods. I'll fucking send you guys all the Kahlua you want. And it actually makes sense for me to send it. I'm pretty close. I can do it. Make me a cephalopod. I will send you alcohol in the mail. It's not even a question. I'll go to the liquor store right after the show. Mm-hmm. You tell me what you want. I'm gonna make it happen. Mm-hmm. 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 So while you guys are at it, let me play you this Witchfinder General track. I have a real love for the new wave of British heavy metal. You guys know how important Iron Maiden is to me, and many of the bands of their ilk. I've played, lots of stuff from Saxon on down the whole line of, tons of bands. And of course, moving into some of the other stuff like you know, even before Motorhead and some of like Hawkwind and some of the other bands. And it's really interesting because a lot of the rock and roll that sort of transitioned into the new wave of British heavy metal was very experimental, was very psychedelic. And that's something that I'm finding is having a real resurgence right now. And we talked a little bit about this at the sort of my best of 2019 list. Psychedelic, stoner, sludge, fuzzy, doom kind of metal is having a real comeback. And there's something to be said for crazy organ solos and a lot of what was happening in progressive rock and roll through the late 70s and early 80s. So Witchfinder General is from that same time period, but they never gained the same popularity as many of the other new wave of British heavy metal bands. But you will find, they started in the early 80s, you will find a lot of bands now cite them as, tree grower leveled up, fun, lots of them. I love tentacles. I told you guys this already. I think my octopus is still here, actually. I think one of my New Zealand, oh, you turned it back on. Thanks, Ron. Yeah, here. She's, I still got the giant squid from New Zealand. I can't remember what show we talked about this on, but it's still in the room here. So, anyways, we'll talk about that. But yes, Grim has to drink. All right, so I will do this. And we did have a show about it. You're right, Phil Jenner. We did have a show. We did have a show about it. Accurate. Nice big red tentacled octopi, for sure. So here's the deal. Julia's going to blow her load pretty quick here, and I'm just going to take it right in the facial area. Am I good? I'm good. We're good. So let me play this fucking Witchfinder General track for you. And this is one of those things that it became sort of the precursor to all stoner metal. And when you get a lot of doom bands now, especially doom, funeral doom, stoner doom, fuzzy, lo-fi kind of stuff, not lo-fi like Mackenzie Gary's lo-fi, but same sort of idea. A lot of them will point to Witchfinder General being a huge influence on them. And what you'll hear in a lot of the music, and especially the track that I picked for you tonight, is you're going to hear a lot of groove and funk influences. You're going to hear some of that psychedelic Moog solo synthesizer kind of thing. And I think they're a really underrated band. They get missed a lot in the metal world and in the rock and roll world. So if you're a fan of Sabbath and some of the other bands that kind of came out of the new wave of British heavy metal, you're going to like this. You're going to like Witchfinder General. It's a track called Friends of Hell. Don't take that as commentary about all of you, but maybe, just maybe, I'm making a tiny bit of commentary. My name is Crimson Cloud. This is Full Force Radio. We got still half an hour left in the show. We're playing some fun metal music and we're talking a bunch of shit. And I'm triggering everybody with trigger talk. Nobody wants to hear me speak the truth. It's fine. Let me just play you some music. Speaking of sexist covers, check this one out.
Midnight approaches when the circle is formed. Their faces are evil, their minds are deformed. They preach to their demons, sacrifices prepared. She's placed in a circle when the dagger is bared.
right, there you go. Friends of Hell, a group called Witchfinder General, a psychedelic member of the new wave of British heavy metal. They never get enough of their due, but yes, some of the Black Sabbath lovers in chat are feeling it. They're having it. They're going for it. They're having a time. All right, so with all that being said, I got lots more music tonight. Some stuff is gonna have to get pulled out of the playlist again. I was doing so good. However, I'm looking at the track. I only got like 20 minutes left. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more tracks. That's not gonna happen, but we will get close. So I was going to play you guys some Unrequited off a brand new album called Empathica. However, I'm going to skip that one just because it is some post-black, it's some atmospheric, and it's a band I really, really love. Like, super fucking love. And I do, you're right, I owe Julie a drink. I just didn't want to drink while we weren't talking. So thanks for reminding me, because I did not want to skip her drink. And I'm getting a little slurry. Not totally slurry. Yeah. Okay. We're good. We have, I feel all right. I feel good. Definitely had a couple drinks tonight. 1 or 2, 3 or 4, 7 or 9. Not even worry about it. No pain, no gain. Truth. Listen, we're having levels again. We have to celebrate them. So, what brand am I drinking? Oh, I held it up, but my camera's really small in that view. Ron. It's the truth. Here you go. It's Knob Creek. It's delightful. Oh, that makes me look like such a pansy. That makes me sad. Delete that. That makes me look like I can't hold my alcohol, but God, yeah, that's like, that image, I'm going to dub that image, yeah, that's right, delete this. I'm going to dub that image, everything I've done is a mistake. Full Force Radio is a mistake. Krim recognizes the error of her ways. Yeah, pretty much. I'm just waiting for the argument from Ron that, it was, I deserved it because I drank something, and, people who do any drinking at all, even a sip, deserve whatever they get, right? All right, so let's continue. Let's continue on. You see, you did that to yourself. Let's play some more music. I'm going to skip playing the Unrequited for you guys because it's a very, he calls his own music to be depressed too. And that's, I don't want people to think that I'm trying to depress them, but there is something very cathartic about an excellent atmospheric black metal track. And Unrequited's music is so beautiful and so painful. It is massively cathartic. It's so fabulous. It's worth listening to. You put the album on, you put your headphones on, you sink into this pit of despair. And when you take your headphones off and you're done the album, you feel lighter. You feel unburdened. I can't explain it. It's fabulous stuff. However, given the way tonight is gone, I'm going to pop this onto a playlist for another night, knowing that we're going to have to cull some stuff anyways. So, because we're kind of digging the old school metal feel, and we're having a lot of fun with some of these sounds, I'm actually going to play you a Mexican band, which I don't get a lot of chances to play Mexican or Hispanic metal bands. Not because I can't or they're not out there, but because sometimes I really suck. And, I'm not going to make this about a diversity quota, but there's some really great Hispanic metal out there. Now, that being said, I'm going to play you a band called Cerberus. They were formed by a guy, he was 15 years old, and they've actually become one of Mexico's biggest metal bands. They're super fun. They have a very classic sound. They're very power metal, chain link vests, and big ass fucking warlock guitars. Super fun stuff. I'm going to play you a track called The Ending, and we're going to stick in this fun ass power metal vein. Yeah, the band that you're looking for is Unrequited. It's Canadian depression metal. It's fabulous stuff if you want to look them up. Now, with that being said, we're not going to go in that direction. Let me play you this fabulous track from Cerberus. It's called The Ending. We're going to go out with a bang. We're going to try and make it through all the tracks I have. We may not, but we're going to do our damnness. Here you go. It's Cerberus. My name is Crimson Cloud. This has been Full Force Radio. We're having fun, minus the fact that I've scared away every single new viewer and some of the old viewers and some people who probably I've just made really uncomfortable. I'm good at that, though. Yes!
You stole and now you're paying. I'll take your everything. You see me through the mirror of your sick reality. These times are kind of crazy. You are accusing me of happy a man who has no reason or excuse to live. I have all your hate. Run away. You created, get me and see your face. Down tonight, as you mad. Going to end up to one of us is dead. The story is how I want it to be. I'm your illusion of reality. I am the master of your sanity, and I will finish this how it should be. My name is your desire. You can't escape from me. So as your mind is crumbling, shoot her down and set my free. Here you fix the story. Your mind is using me. I made up things you told me, so you keep your conscience clean. All your hate, run away. You created, get me and see your face. Down tonight, as you mad. Going to end up to one of us is dead. The story is how I want it to be. I'm your illusion of reality. I am the master of your sanity, and I will finish this how it should be. The story is how I want it to be. I'm your illusion of reality. I am the master of your sanity, and I will finish the story is how I want it to be. I'm your illusion, your reality. I am the master of your sanity, and I will finish this how it should be.
Yes, there you go. I'm not saying that's got some hints of sort of Hispanic flamenco guitars at the end, but it kind of does a little bit. It's good fun shit. There you go. Random question, but do you like Halloween? I love Halloween. I love being a spooky bitch. I don't know if you could see my avatar, but that's from my Halloween stream when I put my creepy contacts in and we had a little spooky girl kind of thing going on. But yeah, so this is good fun. A great buzz. I didn't realize you were so close to Montreal. Hey, Maine, I don't think I've seen you for ages. I hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. We're almost to the end of the show. We've only got 15 minutes left. It's a disaster. But yeah, I always fly to the East Coast. I go out to Montreal because honestly, that's where it's fun to hang out, and there's a lot of great metal shows there. And yes, I was supposed to be there already twice this year. I was supposed to visit already, and it's been canceled because things are all sorts of wonky. But I just read today, Quebec's opening everything up. Vancouver has been mostly open for the last couple weeks. I'm feeling good. I'm ready for concerts. I know it's going to take a while, but I'm so ready. So I was mentioning earlier, I will, of course, be flying next year. I will, of course, be flying next year back to Montreal to do some more shows. And next year, I will be making my pilgrimage to Tuska in Finland. Tuska roughly means pain in Finnish, and it is probably the biggest, baddest, most incredible metal festival in the world. I'm very excited. I've decided that, no, I'm just saying Philodendron, like, quite literally, as of, like, minutes ago, it was announced that you guys are reopening. I'm pretty sure. I saw the link. Let me find it. Hang on. Somebody just sent it to me. Where the fuck is it? Here. Copy. Somebody just sent this to me. Maybe not. I don't know. But so, there's all that. Now, with all that being said, I'm looking forward to getting to see you guys again, and I'm really looking forward to finally making a metal pilgrimage. But there's one thing that has come out of this whole thing. It's that life is short, and you never know what's going to happen in the world. And at the end of the day, you got to take the chances you can while you have them. So I'm going to fly my ass to Finland, and I'm going to go to Tuska, and that's going to happen next year. I'm very excited. Tickets are purchased. So, provided nothing goes wrong, this time next year for July, I'm going to be in Finland for Tuska. And Finland's always been on my list. You guys know I do a lot of traveling. But I have not done any festival traveling. This is huge, and I'm really excited for it. So maybe we'll get some fun footage at Tuska to put on FullForce Radio next year. We'll see. But now, keeping an eye on the time, don't have much left. Not going to fit all the tracks. So I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to play a song that I've played for you 12,000 times, but that I love and is a classic. I'm going to play you guys some Merciful Fate. Gypsy is my favorite Merciful Fate song, and I'm going to play it all the time here on FullForce Radio. I don't even care. It's only 3 minutes long. Fuck you. Listen to Gypsy. Yes!
I see them gypsy
She snuck it in, my friends. Another level up. Oh, what a disaster. What a disaster. I'm here for it, though. Hang on. Oh, that one didn't pop satisfyingly. I'm sorry. Fuck it. Cheers. We're almost done this show. I'm going to be a disaster. Yeah. All right. So, oh no, what was this? What is this that he's doing? I can hear it. Look it. That's disastrous. You can hear it in the background. Oh, terrible things. Terrible things. Why? Drinker of alcohol, lover of tentacles. Honestly, scarer of everyone. Misery tonight. Everybody's miserable about the stuff I've been talking about, and that's fine. Fuck it. We have to have these conversations, but tonight is not the night. That's fine. You guys want to judge me and you think I'm uncool. So listen, I've got so little time left in the show. I'm so upset. I had a lot of tracks that I wanted to play for you. Now, that being said, I've only got about 7 minutes left in the show. I was going to play some classic Metallica of Wolf and Man, and I was going to play some brand new Trivium, Sickness Unto You, another little quarantine nod. However, they will go back into the big bucket for another night's playlist, or back into the radio bucket. Off they go. Let me just quickly add them to that playlist. Apparently, I just added it to totally wrong playlist. That's fine. So we're going to end up with a band called Primal Fear, because we did some Manowar, we did some Witchfinder General, we did some Merciful Fate, we've done some Blind Guardian, classic power metal and melody. We are going to end with Primal Fear. European power metal, a little bit cheesy, but so fun. They're actually founded by the singer of a band called Gamma Ray. So very, very well known, very kind of hardcore, cheesy, epic power metal. It's all fun. It's speed, it's melody, it is pride in the music that you listen to and the community that you inhabit. All of the stuff that we love here on this show that makes our community here on Full Force Radio so strong in this track. So I'm going to play you a real stupid fun one. It's called Metal Is Forever. And if you're ever feeling down, if you're ever feeling shitty, if you're ever feeling me too, all of these things are valid. Come hang out with me because I love you and I love this show. Even if you don't think my opinion's valid and you think I'm just some kind of weird feminazi or some kind of metal non-intersectionalist or whatever. Nah, I'm here to welcome you and put really good fun tracks in your ears at Full Force.
Three choices.
If you're listening on the Discord, the stream has ended, my friends. Oh, gosh. If you're listening on the Discord, the stream has ended. If you're listening somewhere else, whether it's in Twitch or Paris, oh, God, look at everything's just... YouTube, anywhere else, we're gonna go a couple last seconds, just long enough so I could say goodbye. Hey, yeah, you know what? Tonight got weirdly heavy. And these are discussions we need to have, and I know you guys aren't always used to me being serious, but we're gonna do it. We played some loud music, we had some fun, we talked about breezies, and honestly, some of the really uncomfortable, shitty topics that exist for women in any space, men in any space, power vacuums, and what happens in the metal and music scene. But that being said, thanks for sticking with me. If you did, if you can, if you would, if you will, I'm here every Thursday. Please consider liking, subscribing, doing whatever. Just find a place to come hang out with me more often. Yeah, this week, maybe not the best show. I don't know, but we had a lot of fun, and I'm super glad that you came to hang out. So, if you're willing to do it again, Saturdays, I talk a little bit about blockchain. I answer questions. I talk about disruptive tech. I try and help out wherever I can. And we play Synthwave. It's a totally different style of show, but also super fun. But Thursdays are my jam. Thursdays are my love. Full Force Radio is what it's all about. You are welcome to join the conversation. Join the stream. Whew, it's hot in here. Anyways, you know, see you when I see you. I hope you have a great week. And whatever you're going to do it full force.